Welcome back to Walt's Wisdom. Today, we're exploring a film that was born from international diplomacy and a desperate search for a new artistic spark. The 1944 classic, The Three Caballeros. We've covered some of this ground previously in our review of Saludos Amigos, but it's worthwhile to briefly cover it again here. To understand this film, we have to go back to 1941. The Walt Disney Studios was entering one of its most turbulent periods. Walt's team had recently engaged in a labor strike, World War II had disrupted global production, and the European markets, vital for the success of masterpieces like Pinocchio and Fantasia, were effectively cut off, curtailing revenue from those incredible films. Amidst this financial strain and labor unrest, the U.S. government stepped in with a unique request. As part of the Good Neighbor policy, Walt Disney was asked to lead a goodwill tour of South America. Walt gathered a small group of trusted artists, musicians, and writers, a team affectionately known as El Grupo, and headed south. They weren't just tourists, they were researchers, absorbing the colors, rhythms, and stories of Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico. The Three Caballeros was the second film to emerge from this trip, following Saludos Amigos, and it represents a radical shift in Disney's visual language. During the Goodwill Tour, Walt was famously engaged and animated, touring South American cities with the same curiosity he applied to his own studio. He didn't want a cartoon version of these cultures. He wanted something that felt emotionally true. The true secret weapon of this production was Mary Blair. Her more abstract style was a breath of fresh air in the studio. Walt loved her work and encouraged her more diverse approaches. But with all this focus on Mary Blair, let's not forget about one of my favorite Disney animators, Ward Kimball. Ward's characteristic joy, rhythm, and even his ebullient personality just gush out of this truly wonderful film. The film also pushed the boundaries of technology. It was a pioneer in blending live-action performers with animated characters, a feat that required the genius of studio legends like Ub Iwerks and his groundbreaking technical processes. The film is structured as a musical anthology, centered around Donald Duck's birthday. Donald receives three large packages from his friends in Latin America, which serve as the gateways to various segments. We begin with the rare bird segment. Donald learns all about aves raras, like the pochito bird and the flying gochito. Then, in Brazil, Donald is reunited with his friend Jose Carioca, who was introduced in Saludos Amigos. He takes him on a musical journey through Bahia. Lastly, in Mexico, the duo meets the final member of the trio, the pistol-packing rooster Panchito Pistoles. Together, they ride a magic sarape across Mexico, experiencing the traditions, dances, and vibrant landscapes of the country. The Three Caballeros is so much more than a travelogue. It was Walt Disney's most daring experiment in elevating animation into fine art during the wartime era. The film is memorialized in one of my most favorite attractions at Walt Disney World, the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros. You can find this at the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot. You can also find the Caballeros around Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. More importantly, this film remains a testament to Walt's belief that stories could bridge gaps between cultures and help people see the world in ways they may not have considered before. Walt reminds us that art and creativity are everywhere, if we can just remember to get out into the world and take a good look. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you think below. Is there a classic Disney film you'd like to know more about?